Take a breath. Feel your heart. What do you see? What do you see when you tune into your heart? What do you feel? Do you hear that? That's my dog drinking in the background. When I come over to do a video, she often comes over and starts drinking. Okay, so I do that because I talk about what's in the background and what you hear, because these are all things in your sphere of awareness. And that's where you are right now. So if you can locate yourself where you are right now, you're grounded, you're focused. And if you get outside of that, you get into anxiety, you get into fear, you get into areas that you aren't right now. But if you can stay very centrally located and just acknowledge what is with you right now, it's a message for you. It's all information that's coming in. So just stay where you are. And what do you hear? What do you see? What do you feel? What are you aware of? What are you experiencing? So you might have heard my dog drinking water. You might have heard my heat coming on and air blowing out. So that's the elements: air, water. Water's flow. Drinking water is taking in from the environment, receiving. Air coming in, new air coming in, new information coming in. Today is Tarot Tuesday, and I was pulling cards for myself, but I thought I would share them with you because they're really great cards. So I got, this is from my deck, Messages from the Guides, and I got Thoughts Create Your Reality and Live Your Bliss. So I'll read you those. Everything that you see in this physical dimension is a replica of what has first been created in thought. There is nothing that you can look at right now that didn't first have its genesis as the energy of thought. However, and I just want to interject here, some of these thoughts weren't yours. They were your ancestors, your ancestors' thoughts that you brought in and you're working with. And if you're like me and you're in this place where you had a spiritual awakening, which is generally a rude awakening, some area of your life was completely disrupted. For me, it was everything I thought was real and realized it wasn't. Or it wasn't, I'm not going to say it wasn't real, but it wasn't true to my most high authentic self. And I had to get a divorce and just uproot my whole life and recreate it. And this is happening to a lot of people. Everybody is on this path. If you haven't already had some sort of spiritual awakening like that, you will. And just know that it's for your highest good, and it's really telling you what you truly want is coming to you. But you have to be willing to let go of the past. These old ideas, these old thoughts, these old stories that we brought in from our ancestors, we're really looking at and saying, is this true? Is this true for me? Am I done with this experience? Am I done with this cycle? Did I figure that out already? Did I get to the end of that path? And what can I let go of? Okay, so I'm talking about thought and how it creates, but some of the thoughts we have are from other people. Some of the thoughts are from our ancestors. So Getting clear on what is yours. What are your thoughts? What do you want to create? And you can do that through meditation. I did Meditation Monday yesterday, so if you haven't seen that video, that might be helpful. Or find somebody else that you like to meditate with, or some other form of clearing those thoughts. Okay, since we have the ability to create reality from thought, that means that you too have the power to construct your own personal existence. And with that power comes responsibility. Be mindful of your thoughts. If you focus on what you don't have, be it money or health or love, then the energy of lack is what you will create. Your guides are ready and willing to inspire you and help you see that your desires come to fruition. All you have to do is ask for their assistance. In fact, the summation of all your previous thoughts and intentions are what you are experiencing right now when you read this card message. Look around yourself right now. Your environment has been created by your choices, whether consciously or subconsciously. Start making conscious choices and you'll be amazed at what you create for yourself. Okay. Live your bliss. The emotion of happiness is like a beacon calling you to follow its light. When you hold this card in your hand, think of the saying, if it feels good, do it. The physical reactions that you have when you do something that makes you happy are like signposts from your guides, pointing you in the right direction. Whether you are consciously aware of it or not, there are unique lessons to be learned by following your bliss. Think of the sensations of fulfillment and satisfaction as pearls that are strewn before your soul's journey. Okay, did you hear that quiet? The heat just went off. It's beautiful, right? That stillness. That space where things can get created. That womb of ready to hold the next creation. Just let it be. Did you notice yourself filling it with thoughts or ideas? Just notice. Okay. Where are we? They lead you in the right direction. Conversely, if something makes you fatigued or bored, that is also a sign that you have ventured onto a path that won't ultimately fulfill your soul's blueprint. On earth, you will be compelled to various interests or desires. This is because you are coming closer to your soul's nature. Following your dreams is also about letting yourself express your joy. In doing so, you are in alignment with your personal truth. I love doing tarot card readings. That brings me a lot of joy. If this card appears often in your spread, it may be time to examine your priorities. Many lessons that you have incarnated to learn deal with knowing yourself well enough to take chances to follow through on what your soul is telling you, even though it may not seem rational or make sense. Okay, sometimes when we start to listen to our intuition, we don't always know the next step or why it's telling us that. But if you can just follow, then the next step will appear. So you don't have to know what's coming next. Okay, so I'm gonna do a Divine Beloved because I like these as prayers to kind of set an intention to start out the reading and kind of focus us. Emotions. I release strong emotions. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who can easily access all my feelings. Let me bless and release anger, resentment, or bitterness. May I release any emotions that block happiness and contentment. Okay. So just notice if, oh, I got another one that wants to come out. Nurturing. I am a spark of divinity. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who accepts my body exactly as it is, seeing it as a vessel for your love. Fill me with gratitude for this physical form. Let me nurture and care for myself in every way. So emotions and nurturing. Okay, so when I give you that space, if an emotion comes up, just acknowledge it. Validate it if you can, or just get curious about it. What are you trying to tell me? What do you need from me right now? And then care for it in whatever way it's calling to be cared for. It may need more expression, maybe take a walk and get more information. It may need just to be held. It may need to be moved through you in like physical exercise or tears. Okay, that's part of my model, acknowledge, validate, care for, ABCs that I created out of, ooh, I was doing a collage or a vision board, and I had some little magazine pieces, and I was looking for one last night and I didn't find it, and I just found it this morning. It says Soothing Retreat. Okay. So we're going to do the Light Seers Tarot now. Oh, no, before we do that, I really want to do the archetype card. So I want to know what stories we're working with, what deeper stories we might still be holding on to that we want to be able to see and maybe clear so that we can start fresh with our own creations. What we want, well, I'm saying fresh, but it comes out of our old stories. It comes out of who we've become through our old stories, what our life and our experience has transformed us into. So everybody's at a different point, but there are also energies that are influencing us. So I'm at a point where I'm trying to clear out the physical old stuff, like in my environment, all the stuff that from my past. Files from teaching, old files from therapy, just clearing out my space so I can have more clear space to birth my new dream, which is unfolding. And I'm co-creating with my boyfriend, so it's unfolding with both of us. Oh, wow, interesting. We got father. So we might be clearing some father energy. The light attributes of the Father are talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit, and the shadow attributes are dictatorial control and abuse of authority. I do find this really relevant right now because what is happening when I was telling you about the energies that we're all working with. The energies that we're all working with is the divine feminine is coming in really strong in all of us. And I put a post out, like, maybe it was a couple years back, but I felt it. It was like Kuan Yin riding a dragon into, like, right into everything. And she's just like burning down, destroying all of the old, like, systems that are not working, all of the systems of control that are not working. So that's what's happening right now. The feminine is coming in really strong. and burning off everything that's not real. And the true essence is coming out. That's our spiritual awakening. So the true essence of everything comes up as that happens. What do we really want? For a lot of us, it's joy, peace, love, connection, happiness, freedom. And so that's what we're clearing out all this old stuff so that we can experience that. And there's certain people that are leading, people that are a little bit further along on the journey, that are leading us into this. And then people that are just starting to awaken now. But we all have a different process, and we're in different speeds and different things that we're addressing. But all of us are looking at this father energy that was out of control. It was too big and it annihilated the feminine. It pushed down the feminine, and the feminine is coming back really strong. But as it comes back really strong, it's fighting against this father energy, which also has a light, which has purpose, which has a place and is beautiful when it's in its place. It's beautiful when it's balanced with the feminine, but it's been out of balance. So because it's been out of balance, the feminine is really like angry. There's a lot of hatred towards the masculine. But it's really about balancing it, right? So let's just see what the rest of the cards want to tell us. So, and we balance it within us. If we can balance it within us, then we're going to experience it on the outside of us. The love and the peace and the balance that we're looking for. And I know this because I've done this and I've found this. But that doesn't mean that I don't have stuff to look at or heal too. So if it's coming up for me too, the father energy. So there may be something there that I need to look at too. Like, the men in my family left. My dad didn't leave, but he had a lot of feminine energy. He had a lot of, and he needed protection, and I ended up protecting him. So that was way out of balance. I was the child. I shouldn't have been protecting him. So I didn't have that protective father energy. And a lot of us didn't have that protective father energy. But we can create that within. We do have that within us. In a way, we don't even have to create it. We just let it emerge. It is within us already. In IFS, I think it would be a lot of the protector stuff. Okay, so we got the Knight of Swords. And I'm going to just see if there's any other energy that wants to come forward. And the Six of Swords. What's up, Luna? Who knew you already went out? And Justice. Okay. I think that's what it is, really balanced. Okay, so we got the Knight of Swords, Justice, and the Six of Swords. But if you look at Justice, it's balance. Well, let's see what these cards are telling us. The Knight of Swords, the Six of Swords, and balance. Justice. Okay. Swords are air cards, so they're often mental. Why can't I find the swords? All right, there we go. The Six of Swords. Transitions. Help arriving at the perfect time. Okay, so we're kind of, I think, still in this place of like between worlds where this is how I'm feeling it. We're clearing the womb so it's ready to receive. I'm not sure if that's right, but it just feels like we're clearing the space. And we're also in this creative energy where we're really being aware of what our thoughts are because we know we are creating now. And so this new for all of us anyway. I think we're basically in different places with that, but there is this new energy coming in. It's like a new cycle. This cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning. Actually, I want to do the Seven or the Knight of Swords first. Well, maybe not. I've been reading right to left and I actually like that, so but what I'm feeling with this is, I'm going to read all of it. Transitions, help arriving at the perfect time, rites of passage, healing, moving beyond trauma or shadows of the past. Support from others, personal evolution, a spiritual transition or journey. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And the affirmation is, I accept help as I easily cross this transition. You are moving through a period of realignment and things can feel turbulent during these times of transition. Trust that a better future awaits you on the other side of this change. Maybe you're going through a rite of passage or an intense spiritual transformation. These experiences are profoundly personal, and you may feel alone right now, even when it is difficult to accept assistance from others. Remain open to receiving help from the most unexpected of places. Allow the gentle support of the universe to move you through this ocean of evolution and lean towards silver linings on the horizon. More sunshine, yes, please. Sometimes we find ourselves adrift because we think we are ready to move on, but our heart is still anchored to the past. What old chapter needs to be closed? Chase guidance in the form of renewed hope and get ready to explore fresh beginnings on the opposite shore. Okay. There was a lot of noise and then stillness. Just be aware of that right now when there's a lot of noise and energy and movement and then stillness. Use that stillness to breathe and find peace in yourself and just let whatever comes up come up. Look at it, acknowledge it, feel it, and care for it. Okay, now we're going to do the Knight of Swords. Haste, streamlined decision-making, intelligence, wit, determination, saving the day, the pursuit of excellence, ambition, being assertive, success. I move quickly to help others, and as I do, my dream expands. The shadow side of that is scattered energy, unfocused, impatience, acting too quickly, the need for a logical solution, feeling held back by frustrating circumstances, stalling, being hard-edged and emotionally unavailable, unpredictability. Okay, but as long as we're clearing that space, we're gonna be able to move into the light energy of the Knight of Swords. So just keep clearing that, being aware of what comes in and the noise, and then clear it through meditation, walking out in nature. I haven't walked yet with my dog. I usually do that right after I have coffee with my boyfriend. But it's very cold here right now, so I'm waiting till it gets warmer. Okay, then we have Justice. And Justice, I think, actually No, that came after, so. But I put it in between. Natural law, balance, karma, truth, wisdom, legal matters, fairness, cause and effect, integrity, objectivity, perspective, and accountability. My good karma is delightfully loving, and it can be the most motivating of teachers. Justice asks you to learn from your past experiences, the good, the bad, and the fugly. Take it all and grow from it. This energy is not about perfection, but about fairness and honesty. It highlights clarity of motivation and intention and asks you to be realistic about the cause and effect of your thoughts and actions. Seek to balance your growth with both positivity and shadow, and learn from the many different parts of you. In your current situation, be impartial as you reframe your reality and work to remove any negative emotional charge from the equation. If fear is causing you to act in a way that you aren't proud of, seek a variety of perspectives before judging another person's actions to be good or bad. The only true path ahead of you is not one that is necessarily black or white, but it is always, always one of love. Okay, so I want to go back to the Knight of Swords, because if I'm reading right to left, I got the... Actually, I think I got the Knight of Swords first. Yeah, I got the Knight of Swords first. So if I'm reading right to left, I don't think these are in an order. I think they're what we're dealing with, just all of what we're dealing with. Yeah, I think this is all happening at once. I don't think there's an order. So the Six of Swords is transitions, help arriving at the perfect time, rites of passage, healing, moving beyond trauma, shadows of the past, support from others, personal evolution, a spiritual transition or journey. So that's where we're in right now. I accept help as I easily cross this transition. So it's the transition between this year and next year. It's closing out this year and everything that you've learned. And a lot of us are like just letting go of the past and all of the trauma that we've been through our whole life, and learning the lessons of that. And as we do that, we move into the Knight of Swords energy, which is we get this knowing of what we need to do, what action we need to take. We make a decision. What we make a decision on what we want to, what direction we want to take. Yeah. What we want to let go of, what we choose. What do we choose? What are you choosing right now? The Knight has one thing on his mind and is running toward his success. He's determined and passionate, articulate and intelligent, and he has an intensity that is hard to grasp. With the grace and speed of an athlete, he turns on a dime, and since he has no doubt in his sound logic, he succeeds. Are you bringing your belief in competitive assertiveness to your situation? So you're saying, okay, I choose this no matter what. Like, I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but this is what I choose, because I would be willing to die on the line for this, whatever happens. That's what we're talking about here. How determined are you to accomplish this and to charge ahead with your quick thinking and strategic decision making? Strive for excellence every single day in order to bring a little of this magic, of his magic, into your life. As with all powerful energies, you may run the risk of being overly forceful or domineering. Let it balance out. Be careful not to hurt others with your impatience to win. If you are feeling scattered, distracted, or blocked, spend time organizing your thoughts and making sure that all your energy is hurtling in the same direction. I move quickly to help others, and as I do, my dream expands. Now we're going to go back to Justice. Natural law, balance, karma. Okay, that's what it is telling us. Okay. So as we let go like of this karma, or as we move, as we see that, okay, right? We're looking at our journey. We're looking at how far we've come. We're looking at everything that we've been through. And we're saying it's all in that suitcase, right? It's also our gift and our resourcefulness. And this is the part that we want to keep. This is our treasure that's going to propel us and move us forward on our path. And this is what we choose. What are we choosing? What are you choosing? I know what I'm choosing. I'm choosing to be in partnership and to co-create with my boyfriend. We have a dream together. We are going to create a retreat. And we're just going to do that. That's the idea that we have. That's what we're moving forward in. And we're going to do this together. We're going to create a life together. We are creating a life together. I choose this. I don't know what's going to happen, but I choose this. This is my dream, and it's also his dream. So we're going to co-create it together. That's what I choose. And when you do that, it's all going to balance out. That's what this is. Okay. Justice asks you to learn from... I already read all of that, right? Okay. I want to read it again. Justice asks you to learn from your past experiences, the good, the bad, and the fugly. Take it all and grow from it. This energy is not about perfection, but about fairness and honesty. It highlights clarity of motivation and intention, and it asks you to be realistic about the cause and effect of your thoughts and actions. Seek to balance your growth with both positivity and shadow, and learn from the many different parts of you. Don't push anything into the shadow. Let it come up. Look at it. It's all a part of you. I was talking to God about that this morning and saying, like, okay, there's things that I'm afraid of. Like, I don't like the internet. I'm afraid of the internet. I don't want my stuff all out there. I want to take back my health stuff. I want to take back my money. I don't want everybody having access to that. Why? I don't want that. Why do we have to be a part of that? Maybe we don't. So how can we take back what we want? That's really what it was for me. Like, I want to take back my body. I let doctors put things in my body that I don't want there. You know? And we have agreed to all this, like, putting all of our stuff on the internet. I don't want to do that anymore. So just thinking about that and setting those intentions. What do we want? You know, I felt like a pressure here when I said that. Like, I don't know what that was, but anyway. What do we want to hold sacred and close to ourselves? And what do we want to give more freedom and more movement to? What can we... Okay. I got a lot that I'm thinking about. Okay, so I was talking about fear this morning because I believe that we, as you like see all these parts of yourself and integrate them and unite them, you have this whole, and you are safe. And that's what I'm feeling right now, that I am safe, but I'm wondering how I'm interacting with everybody else in the world. Like, as I step into this sovereignty, I am this sovereignty, and I've cleared my space, and I decide what is mine, where my boundaries are, what I'm willing to let in, and what I'm willing to let out, and who I'm willing to let in, and who I'm not willing to let in, what experiences I'm willing to let in, and what experiences I'm not willing to let in. How does that affect my being a part of this world that I see on the outside. It's all influencing each other, right? I guess that's the answer. I can influence it. That's kind of what I came to in meditation this morning. And also something that I saw online. We can influence it by how we think of things and people. For example, I had a friend who I felt like she was kind of like pushing me aside or just not valuing me, but I know she's not like that, so I know she was just going through something. But I felt like she was a little bit upset at me and she wasn't giving me the value that she normally would give me. So I knew she was working through something. And I also had been working through something and I didn't give her the value that she deserved before that. So this morning in my meditation, she just came up and I just gave her love. I just gave her love and understanding. And when we do that, we do affect the world. As I'm talking to you, I'm realizing this myself, right? And then I started to do it with the people that I was fearful of, right? All of those hackers out there and people that try to fool you and get into your accounts and what is the word that they use? When they're trying to get your information, I forget the word. But I gave them love and I said to them, you don't have to do this. You're hurting people. You don't have to do this. And I see you and I see that you feel like you don't have enough. Nobody thought of you. I was that person too. I felt like I was put last. Nobody cared about me. There wasn't anything left for me. What about me? I see you and I understand what that's like. And when you choose you and you love you and you honor you and you see all these different parts of you and you care for them, you are loved. You create that experience. You open yourself to that experience and you will receive it. And so that's how we affect change in the system. It does affect change in the system. And I just felt so much gratitude for how far I've come and where I am right now. And I wanted to let that love out into the world and affect the world with that. And I did that in my meditation. I don't know, that's as much as I know right now. That's as much as I know right now. I know that we can change this. I know that we can create a space for more love and we can send that love out. I was seeing that masculine, feminine energy, like the feminine is the receiving, the opening, and the masculine is the sending out of the love. So opening and receiving and then sending it out. Creating that space, but you need both, right? And taking in, and really it does, like in Course in Miracles says, giving and receiving are one, and I do feel that with my boyfriend. I feel that. This is TMI, but when we're making love, I feel that. Feeling this pressure right now, right here in my third chakra. Like there's still this energy that wants to push it down, that wants to push down what I'm saying, like that wants to cloud it. And no, that's saying that. feel that. That is happening in the world. It's kind of that thing though, like from the Wizard of Oz, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I don't know, that's just what I'm getting from that. Because, I mean, yeah, I don't want to get into any of that. I just want to stay focused on what I want to bring to the world. We could get caught up in how all of the people that are working against us and all of the forces that are working against us. But then you're just giving energy to that. Let's put our energy where we want it to go. Okay, I wanted to get one of these cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And we got here and now. And that's what I was saying at the very beginning of this reading too, is just stay here and now. What do you feel? What are you aware of? What are you experiencing? What are you seeing? What are you hearing? Stay very centered and focused and present in the here and now. That's where your power is. That's where your direction is. That's where your life force energy is. I'm holding you in love. There are a lot of us holding you in love, and you are safe. It is safe to bring your creative gifts into this world. You have a place, and we need you. Amen.